Shout out to the sponsors of the podcast, MonarchToken.io, the complete crypto solution. Monarch Wallet is now available for Android, iOS, and desktop devices today. Do you want to learn how to mine crypto? Well, all you have to do is visit cryptomining.tools for profitable crypto mining information today. The Divi Project, that is diviproject.org, your one-click solution for staking and masternodes. Earn cryptocurrency using social media platforms like Somee.social, SOMEE.social, New Era Social Media. Get paid to write reviews, like reviews, comment on reviews. Visit bravocoin.com and get paid to review. Available for Android and iOS devices. bravocoin.com. CoinFlip, the world's best Bitcoin ATM. Better service, better fees. Better visit coinflip.tech today. Alright, we're live. Hey, how goes it, everybody? Having a night?
Yeah, we are having a hell of a night, man. I'll rehash
Jerome,
night.
you're muted.
I'm posting something on Facebook right now.
Alright.
So that people can join us. Rehash cast in the house tonight. Sunday night, man. Appreciate you guys changing up the day for me.
Yeah, man. Well, I know life gets busy, that's for sure.
Well, it sucks, man. I mean, I was really getting back from Miami, lost my job, and I really was trying to put, all my effort into being full-time in the space. And right now I'm just not making enough to live off the space full-time. So, I have that'll come, but I've got to be smart and make sure I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah, for sure. No, I dig it. It'll have the swing back again.
Videos about top so many coins and you can multiply your money like this.
That's why I only do podcasts. That's it. And my sponsors can sponsor that, but I don't do any reviews or any tutorials or any breakdown, unbox. All that shit can eat a dick. I'm over it.
No, I feel you, dude. I mean, I don't mind doing a little bit of educational stuff. Because obviously some people need to have that. I mean, but everybody serves their own kind of niche, and that's kind of where we all kind of hit different people. We might have some of the same people that get into our content, but I'm sure we have some people like yours don't like mine and vice versa. And, that sure. Diversity, I think, is what allows for us to be able to reach the people that we want to reach.
Oh, and for everybody watching, I just posted a link to our Discord. So if you want to click that link, you can join our Discord. We have a voice call-in or a voice channel. So you can click on the voice channel and you can pop in with your audio on the air. If Jerome and Rice also have their Discord open, they'll be able to hear you as well as the audience live on air. So yeah, that link is right there in the chat if anybody wants to join the conversation on the air or just join the Discord channel and chat off air there.
Sweet, I love it, man. It's awesome. And I love the fact that we've got, that we're trying to be very community oriented and bringing in people from Discord. Unfortunately, because of my
fucking like 60, 70 people in there, man.
That's sweet. Shout out to our Discord community. And unfortunately, I can't be live in the voice chat because I'm limited because of my computer and I'm on my smartphone right now doing this. So I've got another smartphone, but I'm using headphone sets, so there's no way I can double up and do voice on Discord. But last time I did that, you remember the effects that we were having? It was like, what was it that I said? It was like double vision in my ear.
Yeah, double vision in your ear. Damn, dude, that's a good T-shirt. I feel like that would do very good at the burn.
T-shirt.
Well, take it, man. You got your store, so take it, man.
Yeah, my store's doing good. It's weird.
I was just about to ask that, man. I saw people buying your pants and modeling them.
Yeah. Actually, somebody bought me a pair of my own pants and sent them to me, which I thought was funny. So somebody wants to see me in my own yoga pants, which I tried them on in private, and
how does it feel? How does it so
violating? It feels violating.
You haven't taken no pictures yet. So.
No, I that's the thing, right? Like, I'm not one to be photo shy. It's just
Not at all. So
It's just, I don't know, man. It ain't. There's no good angles. Put it that way.
does it give you a muffin top?
Muffin
goodness.
top, Vajumik. I got the whole camel toe and it's like the whole
man
farm
toe.
showed up down there, bro.
That's
Oh, man.
beautiful.
It's bad. I
Let's
don't
get
look good in
into
yoga
it,
pants.
guys.
So, yo, dude, Jerome, you seeing this fight with Steam and Tron and shit right now, bro? I'm just wondering, like, what are your thoughts on this? Everyone's like, Justin Sun is the worst person ever all of a sudden.
Yeah, I did hear about it. I think it's pretty
It's-
interesting.
It's kind of shady, man. I mean, in my opinion, it's
Dude, he
it's,
convinced the exchanges to lock up all the Steam on the exchanges, committed to vote power, and vote with him.
Yeah.
dude, that's fucked up. And when you really think about that, I don't think he convinced the exchanges. I just think it shows that the exchanges are working with some of these companies.
Well, CZ, he said he was kind of tricked into it. He thought this was
Yeah,
just like a
yes.
normal update or something.
He's trying to
I don't
cover
know,
his
man.
ass. He's trying
Yeah.
to cover
Much.
his ass. He's
trying to
distancing
save
himself.
face for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's his buddy, man. Those two dudes. I mean, if I would have thought they were lovers.
So this is an embarrassment for Justin Sun, and his culture don't handle that too well, bro. So I don't know if Steemit and the Steemit community doesn't embrace him, he could just fucking shit on the whole thing, man. But I thought, and I still do think that this is great for Steam. You know, they just had the community has one vision and the corporation has another, and Steemit was always a private company. I mean, we always knew this. The whales were clearly aware of this. And when Justin bought
I
Steemit,
didn't realize it
he
until
bought
later on,
Steemit,
man.
and Steemit holds a shit ton of Steam. So he bought a shit ton of Steam. That's what he bought.
Yep.
Yeah, because what was the supply amount that
A lot.
was?
Just a
Yeah,
lot.
and what was cool about that is there was a problem is there was a verbal agreement. There was nothing in papers. So,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
a
if there's-
handshake agreement for
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
developers and the community to continue to receive funds. from
Right
the
now, had
treasury.
there been like any paperwork or something like that, I would believe that if Justin Sun acquired Steam, he would have to uphold all that kind
So
of
how
stuff.
has Dan escaped all this shit? How is the white man getting away with it again and putting the Asian dudes like how did this happen? How is nobody mad at Dan?
Yeah,
Like it's just
I've not heard anything about
nobody.
Dan Lambert yet.
How
No.
much? I would love to know how much money he made to cause all these problems for everybody and not have no repercussions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just absolutely insane, dude. When you just really think about it, it's
It
asinine.
It is. Think about it, guys. Like, seriously, community, think about it. Nobody is holding the man who's actually accountable. It's weird.
But I mean, but at the same time, how long has it been since he's left the whole Steemit project? I mean, he's been gone from that for almost 3 years now.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
It wasn't his to sell anymore. It wasn't his. It was
No,
the
but-
communities that kept it alive.
are we talking about Dan Lambert?
Yeah.
But Steam, right? But Steemit. Now, see, I didn't know Steemit was a privately held company. I thought it was more of a
That's-
community thing.
No,
I
that's-
learned
that's
once
what- yeah.
once it was sold. That's when, and then I'm like, and then in my mind, I'm thinking, well, why is Justin Sun gonna buy Steemit, and not have anything to do with Steam? And then all of a sudden,
Steam it holds a lot of Steam, so that's how he bought it, and basically bought it off market, right? Didn't have to move the market at all, didn't have to cause any manipulation or anything. That's how companies work too. They don't buy stocks; they just buy your company outright, and it comes with all the goodies underneath. The intellectual property, the stock options, the connections for the supply chain, X, Y, and Z. So that's what he bought. He bought it all when he bought Steemit. And I still think it's going to be a good thing for Steemit and Steam. More so for Steemit. Probably not so great for Steam because Steemit's really all Steam had going for it, to be honest.
I mean, there's a lot. I mean, you got DTube, you got 3Speak. I mean, we got a lot of things being built on Steam, but the problem is there's not really being any great development. So I mean, the
This is
other
a
flip
good
side-
highlight, though, of what's to come with all those things you just mentioned. They're all centralized companies that are gonna get bought by somebody else, like, or decide to fork and split chain. Like how many times D-Live did it? You know, it's like
Yeah.
I have little faith in projects anymore on longevity or like or in like having any honor. They have these projects have no honor, bro. They fork, they abandon the blockchains that brought them to where they're at. I mean, I feel like Binance, you know, BNB is probably the biggest for this. Look how they just used Ethereum, you know, like a side bitch, and then chucked her to the side and made
Yeah.
their own blockchain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a
It's
lot
an
of people
interesting way
did
of
that
seeing
too.
it. Yeah.
A lot of people definitely used Ethereum and the ERC20 tokens.
Yeah, EOS
Yeah,
EOS is
it
huge
was
for that. They were like,
Yeah.
hey, we're
Big
gonna
one.
just use this
Yeah.
bitch, and then when
Yeah.
we're done with it, we're done. And I
They-
feel like a lot of these projects, like you mentioned, that are using Steam now. If Steam starts to use Tron, the TRX token, they're probably most likely going to move over to that token and that community as well, because it's
Right.
you know there's the same Steam it's going to be using Tron TRX, the Steam it blockchain project. Like then yeah, I could see Three Speak and all
Now,
these other
have you
platforms
heard
using it.
anything yet about whether or not Steemit will start utilizing Tron, or
No,
do you think?
dude, the water's so mucky right now. They can't afford to throw shit like that up in the air.
Okay, I mean, I just wonder if you heard
No.
anything.
No, we're not going to hear anything like that until we see what comes of this, and I think we're going to see a fork. Steam is probably going to fork.
Right.
So it's probably going to have like a Steam it token and then a Steam community token of some sort, right? It's probably going to fork.
Well, then they have to fork the Steam back dollar.
You're
I would
muted
imagine,
again,
too.
Jerome.
I would think they'd have to fork that Steam back dollar, the SBD, in addition too. So I mean, it's just going to be an interesting development, man. So we definitely got to pay attention.
Yeah,
to
I'm expecting an into all this Steam it accounts, and then say we're using this token now, and there it is. You know, they could easily do
there it
something
is.
along those lines.
Yeah, it's very possible. It's very possible. So I mean, it's just we'll have to see what happens, man.
Hey, Zombie 3D, what up, Brian? How goes it, guys?
Where's Zombie watching us at?
Twitch.
Sweet, sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's my Twitch bro.
I saw Brian in
Oh, I can
in
give
our
you guys
chat.
this link and you can bookmark it. If I send you this link here, copy that, and I'll send it to you in the chat right here. Boop boop.
Is that the rehash,
Yeah, no, this is mine
or
for
this
me.
is your restream? All
Yep.
your restream chats in one.
Yeah, so the audience, if you felt like typing all that shit in, you could open that up on a browser and you could see all the chats as well show up. So
Yeah, I was doing that before when we were running off the Coinbound stuff.
yeah, now you
Like
can
that.
see like Periscope, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, all that.
So you're running on. So what platforms are we currently on right now?
A bunch. I don't know, 6 it says.
Okay, so we're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Periscope,
Oh, right here. Yeah. So yeah, Twitch.
Float.
No, wait, hold on, stop. Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, D Live, Periscope, Float, and Vim.tv.
Vim.tv. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, that one's the one for like Steam it actually. So when I'm live on Vim.tv, they post a post or a blog post like on steamit.com for me. So
Okay.
it's like a live Steam it post saying like, "Hey guys, I'm live on Vim.tv," and then they clip it so you can go to my Steam it and see all my podcasts, and they're auto posted onto Steam it. So I don't even use Steam it. I haven't, but I do at the same time because it's kind of auto set up.
Yeah, I mean, I've been utilizing DTube and 3Speak just to.
Jerome's gonna spend the entire podcast tweaking shit. By the way, like he's
No,
trying-
I'm not. I'm done. Everything's already
Yup,
set.
that's why he ain't saying nothing. He's been fucking with shit since we started.
Can you hear me?
No,
That should
Jerome,
be
hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Hey.
can hear you, bro. I'm just
Yeah, we
fucking
can
with
I
totally
knew
you.
you were messing with me. Don't be messing. I'm like, hold on, I finished. Everything's done. Hold up. Anywho, speaking of tweaking things, I did do some tweaking today. I had some fun. There's a new group chat that this one guy called UD started up. It's called VR Bitcoin Degenerates. You can find it on Telegram, VR Bitcoin. Basically, they had a speaker that was speaking at MIT Bitcoin Expo today, and After he was done speaking there, he got into virtual reality and met with us and talked in VR. We use a new platform called Mozilla Hubs, which is interesting because unlike Altspace, you don't have to download it. It's just one where it's a website, so you can just go to the website and access it. However, because it's a website, it can only fit but so much people. So we tried to have up to 30 people in there. That was not possible.
Wow, that's funny that it's not. I mean, talk about scalability issues.
Yeah, I think it's a major issue for web-based platforms for right now. But I can see we're having multiple rooms and just doing rooms of 5 people will be easy, and just you just need moderators for each room. But that's interesting. And then after that, we had a little after party in a different platform called VR Chat, which that one's a lot of fun because a lot of people have like body trackers that can connect in that app. So there are some people that had body trackers. You can see their legs and everything moving. There was people made their own custom avatars. A bunch of people that were just all into crypto all got together and was just talking. I decided to do a dual stream, so I had my laptop live streaming it as well as I had my Oculus Quest streaming, so you can actually go on and see 2 different points of view. I'd be on one side of the event and another side of the event. I even did an interview with Udi, the host of the entire thing.
So basically, your point of views were set up like tripods for the viewers.
Yes, pretty much. The computer was a tripod, and my headset was just me, like literally walking around.
Gotcha.
That's
I'm
really
just trying to
cool.
make it understandable for people because this is really hard to grasp when you start explaining it to me before I got involved, and I'm just trying to relate it to people that haven't been immersed yet because like this VR shit is definitely next level. Like I feel like my parents when they were talking about like AOL chat rooms, and what has become of that is like what will who knows what's going to come of this, but it's still that early. I feel like what's the internet? It's like this @ symbol, right? It's like no, VR so much more than what we understand from outside the box spectators. People that are speculating on VR and not immersed in it. It's almost like the people outside of crypto that are just speculating in crypto and not immersed in it. They have no clue, and
that's a great correlation.
Yeah, you got to get immersed into it. And, like, I'm happy you convinced me to get, Windows on my computer. Like I said, as much hell as it's caused me, it's been worth it because of the experience of just, going through this virtual reality, platform and being able to kind of get an idea or grasp, like, with some of the hindsight of where this is going to go. I was talking to the Crypto Voxels guys, and I told you I reached out and I put that together, waiting for them to get in touch again. But like they even want to do like a VR conference, and that's obvious because that's look at their platform. But with this, we can't say the name of a beer that sounds like the flu going around, so don't say that name. Or like YouTube will like fucking, or every platform might shit on me. It's been like
interesting.
It's been a big problem for content creators recently using that word. So we're gonna call it the woo flu. But right now, because of the woo flu, even events like the Italian fashion show had 0 attendees. The NBA has announced that they're not going to have any ticket sales this year. They're going to have a completely empty stadium for their sports events this year, and other things may follow suit. Schools have started to cancel all around the country and the world.
Yeah.
And I think I think right now one of the biggest conferences coming up that's getting a lot of shit for not canceling, but I think it will by law if they don't decide to, is the Comic-Con that's coming up with over 100,000 attendees.
That's interesting.
That's a stupid fucking event to keep going, dude. That's
here's one that
Disney World and
just
Disneylands are open. They should. The tourism and
they're going to have to be forced to shut down by law so they can tap into their insurance policies, right? They can't choose to close, otherwise they can't tap into the insurance.
Right, but they lose profit. They just lose complete profit.
But if there's like a government-related issue, I'm sure they're going to get some kind of compensation, right? Either from a government or from their insurance deal somewhere along.
So I was gonna draw on top of that, with the virtual reality conferences. There's a bunch of other conferences and events that have been canceling as well. Down here in Miami, we usually have Ultra next in a couple of weeks. That was canceled. HTC they usually do this big event where they talk about a bunch of their VR headsets and stuff like that. They decided instead of canceling it, let's put it in VR. So now there's an event on March 19th that you can go to in VR, and supposedly it's a new platform. I haven't seen it yet, but supposedly like it's 6DOV like conference. So unlike if you understand what 3DOV is, it's when you can be able to look up, down. It's 3 degrees of freedom.
I
So
call it
it's being able
axis.
to-
Maybe most people may understand like calling
Yeah.
it 6-axis instead of 6-dove because like I just
Mhm.
I when you're playing like video games and shit, it's like the A axis, the Y axis.
Exactly. So if you understand
Z.
the X, Y, and Z, then that is also on another level, I guess, with VR. Because if you think of like phone VR, just keeps you in that one spot. You're just looking around. It's kind of just a screen. Whereas, kind of like a game with this conference, you can actually move around in VR and,
You can
and
like
walk
lean
around.
forward, lean back, duck
Exactly.
down. Which is
And
I
you're
thought was
literally-
like the most fun I had in certain games. Like Farpoint kind of lets you do that. Like I can like lean forward and like get a closer look at something if there's like a piece of paper on the ground. And I think that's more immersive and having that level of immersion is just I think what we need to get mass adoption. Like that 2D feeling that you got in a lot of the beta, it was so nauseating. It deterred people from ever getting involved, right? And you're muted again, by the way. I don't know how the fuck that keeps happening.
It's weird. Like it's got an auto mute set up or something.
Oh
But
shit!
yeah, I mean-
I tried to type chat, and somehow I totally look at that awkward ass double typo. How did that happen?
Let me see.
It says chat, and then HCTA. I don't even know how my fingers hit that combo wrong, but that
It's
is
crazy.
perfectly wrong. All right.
All right, that should be good now.
Yeah, I don't know what happened
All
there.
right.
Oh wow, you just had like a weird lag too, but you're back.
Yes,
He's
I am back.
He's
And it
back.
should
All
be
right.
good now for the rest of the hour.
So, yeah, VR events, stuff like that.
Oh, I was trying to get sorry, yeah, since you brought it back up. So the reason why I brought up the HTC event and why this one to me is really different compared to any other VR event so far. This is going to be the entire conference is being filmed in six degrees of freedom, the 6-axis. So think of like you got 360 cameras, but they have multiple of 360 cameras, so you can move
So
around
is this
between
going
the
to
different.
be like the bits and tokens, the blockchain center VR environment that you have? So like, I'm actually walking in the blockchain center in Miami when I'm in VR. Am I actually going to be in a real venue?
That is
isn't
exactly what I
digitalized?
believe. That's what I'm understanding from what they're describing.
So there's going to be little digital people running around in this actual real
world that's actually
That's
happening.
some gumball level shit, bro. That's gumball.
Me and you have personally talked about it when we first started discussing this. I told you that that's where I envisioned this. I didn't realize it was already like possible. So
That's fucking
I'm excited to
epic.
check it out on March 19th because it doesn't
Yeah,
look
well,
like
I know-
anybody's
Is
been
it
able
free
to do it.
event or do you have to get tickets
Yeah,
to this?
it's from what I'm understanding, it's a free event. I saw that you could just click on the link and you can
Okay,
just March
HTC.
19th.
I see
so
you.
With Decentraland, I'm on their email list, and like I said, I did the beta stuff, and I get invites for meetups. So they do meetups on Decentraland as well, and they tell you like what coordinates to meet
That's
at.
cool.
So they're, and actually, Ken, I didn't tell you this, but one night when I was just kind of like just exploring, this is a couple weeks back, I came across the Digitable headquarters, and right near that is a big like art billboard thing that's promoting Josie IO's art. It's got like 4 different pieces of art that changes up on 4 different sides, like a kind of like a cube billboard. Yep. And then that's right near the Digitable thing. I couldn't get into it because he's got a free Ross exhibit set up in there, and you need to have a special ticket.
I got it.
So he sent me the tickets, and that's even cool. You got to have an NFT that's a ticket to allow you to get into a virtual world's exhibit.
Yeah.
It has no purpose in the real world at all, but as far as value, its use case, I can be, because I couldn't get into this event without it, and now that I got the ticket, I can go back to this place and I can go inside and check it out. But
And
so
you can transfer it, you can lease it out, you
yeah,
know.
it's so cool, man. Like the you know, you guys are talking about VR, and VR is definitely super exciting, but adding the element of NFTs and things like that, just like it 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 changes and adds a completely different element to the whole thing. And I think that VR with NFTs are a complete complement and like almost like a marriage made in heaven. I think it's going to be great.
I will say that that's the one thing that Decentraland, I guess, has a positive is one up for virtual worlds compared to, let's say, Somnium Space, which started around the same time as Decentraland, but they made it so that way you can actually go into VR. The game is VR ready right now. You can download it and start playing, walking around in VR, and your assets are you can have digital assets in the game. But I don't believe that I can lock the doors with an NFT, which I can see where that's just a software, update that they can enable. So I definitely want to talk to Arthur, who created Somnium Space, and see if that could be a thing for Somnium Space as well, because I could see that being a platform to use really soon.
That
I'm
was one I
sure
wanted to do that.
Altspace and centralized platforms could utilize this very easily as well. I mean,
But would
even if
they?
yeah, I'm sure. I mean, they wouldn't utilize NFTs. They probably create their own digital token that was a ticket.
Maybe. It's Microsoft that owns Altspace. You know how Microsoft's really
Microsoft just got
slow
into
with.
NFTs, bro. They're partnered
Microsoft is
with
very
Ethereum. You didn't
they're
see
Hold
that?
very
on, I must have missed that one then.
Yeah,
Microsoft and NFT
Microsoft
thing.
has
Microsoft
been
is giving NFT badges to community members who do things that are of notable notoriety, right? So you have a community member who's out there fucking answering all the FAQs that week. They drop an NFT, and that's the actual ERC
yeah, no,
721.
Microsoft is huge on Ethereum. A
Yeah.
friend of
Okay,
mine,
I must have missed that.
this is a couple years ago. So they're part of the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. They're working
Mm-hmm.
with Ethereum. They're working on enterprise related side chains that are kind of private for enterprise use on the Ethereum blockchain. So there's Microsoft is in the game, and they're definitely pro. I don't know their stances on like decentralization, but they're definitely pro blockchain.
Hey guys, if you're watching, head on over to Twitter and retweet this. I see a lot of people watching it on YouTube. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. But like, sincerely, fuck YouTube. Or head on over to float.app, and I believe we're live over there as well.
Let me check out Flow.
Yeah, it's hard for me
Not
to
on
keep an
there.
eye on that for sure. It's just too much
Yeah,
for my
I'm
computer
in the
to handle.
YouTube chat right now for the moment. Once I get my computer set back
I'm
up.
waiting for them to get that pop out chat, and I think Somi.social is going to be having live streaming soon, so I'll be able to stream live on Somi.
I'm interviewing Christopher, the CEO,
Oh, dude,
Wednesday
that's
or
gonna be a good
Thursday.
interview, man. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really just really dive into the payout model and the rewards and the way that the share, like the profit shares work and stuff, like
Okay.
just like so many questions I still get about that, even though I went over it with them too. I still
Yeah,
feel
no.
like the basics aren't boring. They're still like definitely basic enough that people don't get it.
I've been talking to him today. I'm trying to connect him up with that same guy that used to work with Microsoft who's with Storage. Storage has got a bunch of upgrades. It's STORJ. They're working on something that's similar to what Filecoin is trying to create, but they've already created it, and they've got some really cool upgrades. And since people like me and you talk to people like Christopher and from Somi, and then like Jeff from Library and all these different people, Kingsley and Aaron with Float. A lot of times there is data that has to be stored, and that's where I'm learning about the centralization and decentralization of these platforms. But they're using like Amazon Web Services to store a lot of their data, and it can be quite expensive. And talking to the guys in Storage, using a blockchain solution, they're actually can save a company a significant amount of money. So hopefully I could do something to actually help some of these platforms.
Yeah, and I mean, this isn't just other platforms. This is actually an issue for Bitcoin as well, bro.
No, it is.
Yeah, Bitcoin on chain is having data concerns, I guess, with like the price ranges and stuff for on chain data, like being able to hold like 9K, you know, it's starting to concern some investors on the on-chain data. It's suggesting, you know, brighter days are ahead. So maybe we'll see that. I don't know.
That's interesting. Yeah, I mean,
Because like the miners and the nodes and everybody could just, you know, it's not hard for them to find other things that, you know, their machines work with.
no, I agree, and I mean, but you know, like we were talking before we started, I mean, we're getting ready to head down some crazy roads economically. Right now, we're heading in no man's land. Like we're making history. We're going. It's like Star Trek, man.
Oh
We're
shit!
really.
I got a good segue. Making history, bro. I think a small moment in history with this China scam, dude. Have you found out about this? I think it's like Open Wallet or Open Token or Up Token or.
What is it? Another one of these
It
like?
just
Token
popped.
sense familiar.
Is it? Is it another one of these like cloud token plus token things?
I don't, dude. I was just seeing they moved like 13,000 Bitcoin the other day.
Well, no, a plus token is moving.
Is that what it was?
around.
Plus token, yeah, plus
Yeah,
token.
plus.
The,
Yeah,
the
and actually,
scam
you
out
want
of
to hear
China,
something?
dude, how was it that huge and I didn't know about it till it just popped like right now?
You didn't. I thought you've been hearing about this because this has been quite of a big deal. Like they hold quite a large amount of Ethereum and Bitcoin, and they've been dumping, and that's been some of the price dump action we've had in the past year. And the crazy thing, I just heard it today. I don't know where I heard it, but it is actually at this point now the largest cryptocurrency Ponzi scheme. It's overtaken BitConnect as far as the.
That's what I was saying. Exactly. It's historical, bro.
Yeah,
That's
no, it
huge.
is.
That's what I
It is.
mean. Like,
And you know, the crazy thing is, I've talked to people in China, and there's been some because there's been no, dude, because we talked about this because of Cloud 2.0. I told you
that's
that what
around Cloud 2.0.
I told you what he was doing was the same thing that Plus Token was doing, and explained all that stuff. And here,
I guess I didn't pay enough attention to it to keep it on my radar. But you're right. I do remember you telling me about it when we were talking about Cloud Token or Cloud 2.0.
And that's why, if you remember, I went up to Jan in Vegas and said, I need you to explain to me how this is not a scam. And remember, he said, yeah, dude, I'll definitely do that. But yeah, we never done the interview. And
no, he's gone. Yeah, he's gone.
But
he was way too afraid to do that interview.
What I was going to say about this, the crazy thing in China, from what I'm understanding, is these people in China know what they are participating in. They know that these are scams, and it's kind of like a game, like of who can make as much money as possible without losing some before the whole thing crashes.
Well, yeah, it's like putting your hand on top of each other until nobody can reach anymore, right?
And so they just, regardless of the fact of it's a scam, and whether or not if people in the United States participate, there's enough people in those countries that they can do some fucking damage, man.
Look, this is illegitimate scams that people are putting troves of money into, right?
Well,
now,
you know what?
Look at the legitimate ones, though. Like in China specifically, you know, or in Asia specifically, with sumo wrestling, you know, recently coming out as one of the biggest rigged sports in history. But yet people still gamble on it, even though they know without a doubt that it is rigged now. We have come to facts that proves that the NFL and the NBA have both been conspiring to be like very manipulated in their sports industry. So like, people still gamble and still bet on sports, and they just like legalize sports gambling nationwide in the U.S. So people are throwing their money into that shit, knowing it's a scam. The lottery, your local lottery. I'm waiting for that shit to finally like come to light and have like the FBI really deep dive into fucking state lotteries. That would be real nice. Yeah, I mean that's going to be a scam, and people still throw money into it. So I think
I love it when you get on your
I
love it when you get on your anarchist rants, man.
Yeah, dude. No, you're scam or not, people are going to invest, and that's free market. That's fine. That's beautiful. But what happens after the facts, right?
When the guys at the top, when they collect all this Bitcoin and all this Ethereum, and then they dump it on the market.
Yep.
And then
that's the real repercussions.
Yeah, I mean. That's where we saw, and you can actually, there are people, I don't have the information handy, but you know how people do analysis on Bitcoin and stuff like that and show different things that happen historically. there are people who have broken down showing where price dumps took place, where those addresses sold off. Now, here's the thing that's really that needs to be done. The exchanges need to be held accountable. You know,
Yeah, I know.
they know where these where this cryptocurrency is coming from, and they got to liquidate it somehow. So I mean, they're allowing these criminals,
and they've done things before, Rice. There's measures in place for this that they're not exercising.
right?
Recently, with
And
that,
that's
what was that exchange that was hacked? It was like Hobie or something that was hacked or whatever.
Huobi.
Some exchange that was hacked, and like Binance and Poloniex and all these exchanges colluded together to blacklist the Bitcoin to get it back to the rightful owners when it hit their exchanges. So these measures exist. They're just not exercising them because
no, they're
probably fucking behind these scams, bro.
They're probably parts of it. I mean,
exactly.
These are okay. So when you and dude, I know you said something about Chinese phobia and stuff like that. I'm not trying to be like that at all, but there's some shady shit going on in China. When you look at what happened between
shady
Justin
shit going
Sun
on everywhere, bro. Look at India. Look at India. The Supreme Court says that cryptocurrency are legal. The banks say no. We're gonna fight this. How the fuck is that even a conversation to be had?
Well, because the banks there actually have control of being a bank.
And that's some shady shit. And then here in the U.S., we have some shady shit happening too. We're fucking right. If you go to Las Vegas and use crypto, it's tax exempt. You go to Wyoming, the government can't even legally ask you about your private keys or public address information. They can't even legally ask you about it. You go to New York City, you can't even legally involve yourself with it without going through KYC. We live in a three-world country.
I couldn't even
right
use
now.
my BitPay.
First, second, and third world lifestyles are occurring in one country.
Yeah, I know, dude.
I call it a fifth world country.
I couldn't even use my BitPay card in New York City.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I know.
My application wouldn't work. So, I mean, it's crazy, dude. But yet I can go outside of New York City, go to New Jersey, which is not even that far, and be able to switch my money around and be all right. So
and people do this with gambling, right? It's not just cryptocurrency trading, but it's also other trading and other betting, sports gambling, and anything. People will hop on the train, go to the bus stop in New Jersey, sit down for 4 to 8 hours on their laptops, and go to the casino on their laptop at the Starbucks in New Jersey and hop back on the train to go home. That's like a real thing that happens. A lot of people don't know how VPNs work, unfortunately.
Yeah, technology's awesome.
I saw this on the mainstream media, bro. This is like a Fox News story talking about, because I live in Jersey and we see this happen a lot. Like, you know, people are just here for the tourist gambling.
In Jersey?
Yeah.
No, actually, when I was in Baltimore,
Philly got two brand new casinos that are bringing in a lot of people.
They've legalized gambling in Maryland in some fashions. Like they have facilities in Baltimore and stuff like that. Not too far from where Trek lives.
And the same politicians that are supporting it are the same ones who demonized it for 99% longer their career than the 1% they have been supporting it. It's pretty interesting, especially here in Philadelphia. You know, to see these casinos thriving so well after so long they have, you know, pushed against the concept. And now we have, like, you know, sports betting where there's billboards on the highway every 20 feet telling you to bet on the local team on your phone. It's that easy.
Yeah, man. Poor Philly Ross. Poor old Philly Ross. I had to shout out good old homie.
Hey, Amina, I see you in the chat. How goes it?
Amina, she's getting ready to travel the world, man.
So let's see, what other topics popped up on your peripheral this week, guys, besides the 3 or 4 that we've covered thus far?
Crypto related, Germany, man, they did some clarification on crypto status, which is allowing in a fintech sense that's allowing for banking with crypto. And the cool thing about the EU, the European Union, is that if you live anywhere in your European Union, you could take advantage of other countries' banking systems. So that's going to open up a form of crypto banking that could potentially be all over Europe. So that's really, really powerful stuff. And then, you know, we had one of the cool things that's kind of a creeper in that is, you know, Litecoin and somebody else had purchased portion of a German bank. The name of the bank right now I can't remember, but it was a little over a year ago that they had done that. But I think that's going to lead to some positive things for Litecoin, where they can implement some banking. Now, this of course doesn't constitute U.S. people, but on the flip side to that, and it's not like this week's news, but we know in Wyoming, there's been laws that have been passed that's going to allow for
and
banking
Florida
crypto. Now, the thing with Wyoming, and this is a completely thing that we can get into like another time, because this is something I'll rant for forever. But it's very, very shady in a lot of ways, and Blockstream is very, very involved, and I'm not a fan of anything that Blockstream is involved in, period. As a matter of fact, I think this is going to be a fun year for me if everything remains ongoing for New York Blockchain Week and Magical CryptoCon.
When is this again? Because I don't even pay attention to calendars.
It's like somewhere around the May 10th time period.
I got so much time. All right, remind me May 1st.
Yeah. So the virus, if the Wu flu isn't too crazy and everything's good, because they've moved Bitcoin 2020 and a couple other.
Bro, they're talking about canceling the fucking Olympics. All right, like this is serious.
Well, they canceled South by Southwest. So okay, so now I think we should spend the rest of the time talking about this Wu flu crap.
Wait, before we get to that, because
economy.
I definitely think that's important, but just
there was a good Cointelegraph article just about that. So if anybody wants to go brush up on it, it's beer and Bitcoin breaking down Wu flu and Bitcoin halving. It's an article. It's about 12 hours old on Cointelegraph that breaks down like that economy correlation. But what was that, Jerome?
So there's two things that I saw got my attention this week. The first one was in regards to Boeing using blockchain to track and sell $1 billion in aerospace parts.
Oh, Boeing. Dude, I thought you said bowling. I was like,
no,
what?
yeah, Boeing.
So wait, Boeing?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty cool thing, and
they've had supply chain issues before with their fucking airplanes and stuff. And
exactly.
I'm sure they would love to be able to pinpoint where shit really went wrong.
So if they master this, what's going to happen to the rest of the industry?
Right, and they're going to set the standard. That's what they're going to do.
Exactly. So then, aside from that one, I thought that was a quick fun little story, and this is also one. Remember the game we played at NFT NYC, Skyweaver?
Yes.
Horizon raises another $5 million to put virtual items on the blockchain and launch Skyweaver.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, congratulations, Skyweaver. Right? Wow, we were hanging out with those guys at NFT NYC, and they were hustling hard to keep that tournament going. I will give them that, man. They were hustling hard, man. They were trying their best, and that was a really cool time to see like people gaming at a conference.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. You don't see that often, but at that kind of conference, you'd expect it. But it was really because you had a lot of other games that were there, but there wasn't a lot of people that were actively playing the games
like
at
Upland.
the conference.
I thought Upland would have had something more interactive, or at least a few
you would
of
think,
them, right? Like OpenSea. What was it? The Silicon Nexus. Silicon Nexus had the physical vending machine looking thing for non-tangible goods. It was insane. I'm just saying that's a great fucking proof of concept. Like he should have pitched that maybe to like OpenSea and Upland to have their own giant touchscreen thing so you could go and play Upland and go and browse OpenSea in this, hands-on experience rather than, talking to a few VCs in suits about like what a non-fungible marketplace looks like. Show them on this giant iPad thing, because Silicon Nexus killed it. And I don't know, you got one too, right? An exclusive gun for Reality Clash?
Yeah, I got the same one way back at the, he was giving it out at CNABC, North American Bitcoin Conference, for those that don't know what that means.
Yeah, I was in Texas, so I didn't get to go to that.
Yeah, but...
You went to North American Bitcoin.
Yeah, no, you were there.
No, I went once, but I didn't go to this one. I haven't been to Texas in over a year and a half.
You didn't go to
No.
I
that
saw
was Miami.
you at North American. Yeah.
Oh, that was Miami. I said Texas, man. What's the Texas?
How high are you?
Wait. I am pretty high. What's the Texas one though? Because they're about the same damn name.
I don't know which one's in Texas.
No, it's not the North American Bitcoin Conference, then, but it's something along those lines.
No, I don't know. That's where you met Kevin, isn't it? That's where you like
Isn't it? Yeah.
that. Oh, that's so sweet. You should remember that place. It should be
That's funny.
ingrained in your
Yeah.
fucking memory.
No,
You
it is. It
asshole.
is now because you're right. I'm remembering that's where I met John McAfee for the first time. That's where me and
Yeah.
Kevin
Trek.
met. And
Trek.
Yeah, Trek, dude. We had a good. It was actually a really good event, man. I got to
And you
hang
can't
out
remember
with.
the name of the place. You're like,
Well, you know what's funny, dude? I've been to quite a few, and this isn't even half of the badges. Like half. This is less than half of the events I've been to in badge.
man, mine's like a quarter of that.
Nowhere close.
So
but
I do have blurs where these events just run together, and it's a lot. You know, when you go, it's a lot of late nights and intoxication. You know.
Yeah, lots of psychedelics and cannabis, and
You're welcome.
we have fun.
Crypto world.
we've had some good times though, man.
Absolutely. But all right, let's end the stream with the woo flu, as you were calling it.
Yeah, man. So this is correlating to not just, and I love that, Bitcoin is trying to, be a non-correlated asset, but it's not
Everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that
non-correlated.
non-correlated. Exactly. Like
Everything's connected. It's connected it's connected to fiat money, and
I think it was that Martini guy or somebody posted the charts of like the traditional market and like the crypto market kind of like overlapped, and it was like, tell me it's not correlated now or some shit, and I'm like,
right.
That's pretty fucking similar. Like
we're seeing a test right now. I mean, like, we could talk about the specifics of what's going on health wise, but economically, I mean, we've been in a downfall, and I've been talking about this for quite some time.
The stock market here in the U.S. has been artificially pumped since Trump got into office with money that they don't have to keep that going.
It's really been since 2008, really. But it was before that. But 2008, when the system really crashed, they started quantitative easing and printing up more money and watering down the money supply,
allowing companies to take loans out on their projected profits to then invest in their own stocks, to then take another loan out to buy more of their own stocks.
Bail out banks.
Just in interest rates and shit, and talking about stimulus packages, and nobody's really talking about it because the flu is over encompassing all the things that they're putting under the radar, dude. There's a lot happening, and this is a scapegoat. They're gonna blame everything on this.
There you go, dude. That's the whole point of me bringing this up, is that the system has been crashing. I've been saying this for quite some time, and I've been saying things that are leading to the system crashing, but they're going to use the virus as the reason why it's crashing. And so the Federal Reserve right now is cutting interest rates. They just cut by another half percentage point.
We've seen this happen when Hurricane Katrina was around, man. Like the economy was fucked, and people went back and did a lot of math to prove that the water levels over here had no reason for the gas prices costing this fucking much over there.
Right.
Everything else, eggs, bread, milk, blah, 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 all because of a hurricane? No, the economy needed that little bump of charging that premium to keep that, to get some money going back into the economy.
Well, so today we've seen the future Dows plunged over 1,000 points. Crude oil is going down, and those are like the backbones of pretty much most of the industries of trade. So we've seen now today Bitcoin on a Sunday drop like from 92 to below $8,000, and now it went right below 8K. Now it's sitting above. So what we're seeing is we're going to see a test. Now, normally when you see a crash in the system, the smart money gets out, and then they wait for a minute, and then they figure out where they want to put their money as far as safe haven assets, which normally
cash.
Well, that's not a safe haven asset if they're going to keep devaluing the money.
Nope, it's going to be cash.
So,
people want cash.
Gold and silver. So we're going to.
Gold and silver isn't seeing the money that the stock market's losing. Nobody's seeing the money that anybody's losing. It's all going to cash, bro.
It's going to go somewhere beyond cash.
No, it's not.
So that's what we're going to see.
No,
that's what we're going to pay attention to.
All right, pay attention, because you're going to see a lot of rich motherfuckers hoarding cash, Floyd Mayweather style, bro. Like fucking tons of physical bills under their mattress again. I bet you. Watch.
Well, you may tell you the crazy thing though. Now check this out. Now I think Annalise just said this a couple of days ago, or maybe even yesterday, that there are places in Florida, and I've heard this in North Carolina, that are not taking cash because of this coronavirus. So
I went to the gas station today, and the attendant had gloves on and would not touch any money without the gloves.
This is going to, the governments want to go cashless. This is going to be another excuse to get rid of fiat money. So there goes that plan for you.
All right,
no,
maybe,
happen.
but look at it the other way, bro. This is how I'm seeing it. They're building an artificial cash drought. We're going to see a moment after this where cash is going to be so desired because of the lack of it in supply circulating because of this. You're going to see stores that are going to offer you the opposite of what they're doing now, where they're going to actually prefer cash, where they're going to give you an incentive for it, maybe 10% off.
I would love for that.
You go to the gas station, they'll give you gas for less in cash and charge you more for gas or in credit and debit. You know what I mean? Like, because
now in the Asian countries, if you pull out cash in Asian countries, they look at you like you're like some sort of fucking.
You can't go cashless.
Beast.
There's already laws in states in the United States, bro. Right now, like Pennsylvania has a law that is mandatory cash acceptance. Every single store in the state of Pennsylvania has by law to accept physical dollar bills.
Right. Well, the way the system is now, if the federal government decides to do something on a federal level, then all those fucking state laws and state rights don't mean shit, unfortunately, man. So
yeah, but then you have how many people? This is a fucking very privileged perspective though to have, and for you to want this is very privileged because how many people in the United States are unbanked, unidentified, and homeless.
I don't want this.
I don't want it. It's not a matter of want. It's a matter of it's possibly gonna happen, and it's good to at least call it out and having this battle right now of looking at both sides of what could happen if we go cashless or if we don't go cashless and cash becomes, like you're saying, a drought, and things get really cheap if you have cash and really expensive if you don't.
It's going to be interesting to see.
I'm telling you, like the only reason people hold gold is so they can get more money for it. You know, they want the dollar value of their gold to go up so they get more dollars for their gold when these situations arise. And we're going to see that happen. People are going to take profits for that doomsday prep they've been prepping for and speculating on. It's not going to see stock market cash go into the gold and silver economy or go into Bitcoin. People are
I think when we start seeing, and then we're also, I think, if we start seeing the trouble that's happening, we'll start seeing hyperinflation take place in the United States, which is something I've been talking about, like what's been going on in Venezuela, which has happened in Zimbabwe, where it's going to cost you like $100 to go buy a loaf of bread.
Yep.
So,
I mean, you can thank the $15 minimum wage increase on some of that. I mean, that's been putting a lot of pressure on the economy that they couldn't afford, the businesses that it was imposed on. And yeah, there's a lot of cards. This is a house of cards, and they're all weak and break.
It's crazy,
absolutely.
man.
And I'm honestly worried about the people, like the little guys that can't afford to pay for the doctor to get taken care of if they end up getting the Wu flu. I heard
the homeless are what I'm thinking about wholeheartedly right now, man. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, we're not doing
I was in Portland
recently
with Ember, and like there was so many people in Portland that were homeless that it was like towns of people just like gathered together. It was just
Vegas,
hundreds.
Los Angeles. Have you seen like what's going on like tent cities in Los Angeles?
In the underground village in Vegas, that underground world.
One of them gets it. It's
Vegas
going to spread like wildfire.
So bad. The Vegas is so bad. The underground is full, and now it's going above ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like I think a lot about the homeless people when it comes to natural disasters or events like this, man. Like it's
Jerome. I don't know if you heard this, but I interviewed this guy from Mentable in Singapore Friday night before I went to work, and
is he doing better? Last I talked, he was really sick.
No, he seemed to be good health-wise.
Good.
But he was telling me about what was going on there as far as the Wu flu in Thailand and Singapore specifically, because he's been to both countries in the past week and he knows how they're both operating. And he said that both countries have it set up to where anybody can go to like a facility and get tested pretty much on the spot. And
I've seen drive-throughs now in South Korea.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Steve Wozniak tweets out how hard it is for him to get tested, and he was in Hong Kong a few days ago, and he's like,
So,
it's fucking insane that Steve
but look
Wozniak
what,
can't even get tested in the
but
U.S.
but look, yeah, look what the hell is going on here in the U. That's the point. What the hell is going on
I
here?
just
We're the
got an
United
update.
States. Why are we not
What was
like
the update?
doing something?
Florida's now at 18 with 1 in Central Florida, and we have 3 in Broward, my county.
Damn, man, be careful, bro. See, this is what I mean. Like when I see the government on the media saying, "This is going to kill everybody. This is serious. This is going to be a big problem." Same thing they did with like bird flu, swine flu, Zika. Zika was supposed
Yeah.
to kill like the half of the population on the planet with mosquitoes. Like it was like I remember everybody so afraid to go outside because of mosquitoes. It was insane. You get one mosquito bite and you're like, "Oh, I'm going to die now." But what
Well,
happened,
I mean-
right? And that was them telling you you're going to die on the media, but you never did die. And now they're telling you everything's going to be okay, no reason to panic. That's when you fucking panic, bro. When
Yeah.
your government is telling you don't panic, yeah, panic. Feel free
But
to
that's
panic.
why. That's why. I mean, even because I utilize Facebook for this because Facebook is still one of the most popular social media platforms, and I made posts on a couple different groups and my page saying like, hey. I'd like to find out an update from people in different areas as to what is going on. Can you share what's happening in your area and just have like a thread of a bunch of people just sharing what's going on where they live? And it's giving me a lot better of a perspective than what our media is reporting. Which
I've been looking
absolutely
at
insane.
I mean, I
trackers. There's been a bunch of trackers that you can watch online, and I saw one earlier this morning that's like a time lapse that shows you from January 1st all the way up to about 2 days ago, and you can see how it spread all across and all the amount of cases that increased, the amount of people that thankfully there's been a lot of people that recovered, but there's been a lot of people that passed as well.
Yeah, and I don't think it's airborne, so I don't think the mask.
No, it is
really gonna help.
airborne. It is airborne. It's airborne for up to 7 days. They're speculating. They haven't even figured out how long it can live on a
Also,
surface.
It can stay on glass for up to 7 days, or 90 hours from what I'm hearing.
Right, they're just starting to figure this all out like now.
Like heat, it's like heat. It doesn't matter about heat. It doesn't matter about cold because Washington State, which is fairly cold, is experienced a lot of problems, and they've experienced a lot of problems in these Asian countries like Singapore. He's telling me it's like 95 degrees. So I mean, it's so this is something that people need to research, and they definitely need to be careful. And for people who don't have a lot of money, if we get to a point where the shit starts hitting the fan, what people can do when they can't afford to buy things like gold and silver or a lot of cryptocurrency or things like that are things that they can barter.
Bottled water will be dollars.
Tobacco, alcohol, water, toilet paper,
bullets, gun ammo, man. I mean,
stock up on
if you're gonna be your own store, you gotta be your own security guard too, guys. I mean, if you're gonna be out there bartering, do it in a safe space.
If you've ever been, and me and Ken's been in this position, I don't know if Jerome's been in it, but if you've ever been in jail before and spent any length of time, you understand that there's a complete different economic system in there. Like, they don't have dollar bills in prison or jail. Like, you use stamps and noodles and desserts and stuff like that. And if shit hits the fan, that's where we're going to be. And if you can't afford to invest in things on a monetary level, which would preserve and protect your wealth.
Oodles and noodles, baby.
Yeah, and build community, man. Community, like, that's another thing. Like,
well, I think we're gonna see a lot of that happen. I already expect to see where you'll see like block captains going to the store for their whole block so they can deliver
springtime,
the goods
man.
and stuff.
It's springtime. Start
we're
doing
gonna see
community.
a lot of that stuff.
I would like to see, like, it's getting ready to be spring and start warming up. Like, we could do community farming and things like that.
Yo, Jerome, you know what I thought a lot about? Because like you and me, and you're around a lot of people in Miami at like the blockchain center and stuff, and like you're in like a big city. And what are your thoughts on like the Uber drivers being potential like fucking vehicles for hubs of this Wu flu? Because I'm expecting this technology, this rideshare thing never existed when we had a lot of these other what we want
Have
to
you
call
seen? Have you
viruses or
seen?
something. So like in cities in Miami, like we're seeing a lot of these alerts like pop up. Have you thought at all like Uber and Lyft could be like a fucking problem?
I never thought about it, but I did hear about a guy a lawyer in New York who had gotten it. His clients had ended up getting it. His family members ended up getting it, and his friend who took him to the hospital ended up getting the Wu flu. So that does actually now terrify me, especially because I know so many people that take Ubers all over the place
That's
that I never thought about. Okay, you could have gotten into an Uber where the coronavirus is sitting in there and now passed it on to me. So yeah, it terrifies the
Yeah,
life out
well,
of me.
so if we start doing what they're doing in like China and some of these other countries in Asia, what I've seen, in addition to people running around in like dinosaur costumes that look like they're Holocaust suits, that radiation suit that just happen to be like dinosaurs or whatever, some crazy anime
Dude, I've
character.
seen people with big plastic Tupperware bins saran wrapped to their
Well,
heads.
they still have their Ubers and stuff like, or their ride shares or taxis going, but what it is they've got like plastic bubble separation that they've got where the front driver is separated from the back,
Yeah, but
and then
it's funny. We
they
consider ourselves first world, but we're way behind on a lot of
right,
this
right.
shit.
And they're even saying like the cars are going through a disinfectant process like multiple times a day. So there's like certifications like in the back of the cars that said this car was disinfected at such and such time. It's
That's
crazy, dude.
crazy.
Yeah. And here in the United States, we're not doing shit.
Yeah,
No,
man. I
no,
was thinking like
definitely
public
not doing that.
transportation is probably going to be the way this spreads the most. Forget airlines. You know, you trapped
Stay home. Like,
in
yeah,
a
I
car and
would,
you don't know how many people were in and out of that Uber or Lyft or even a bus or a train. You know, and again, when it comes to the
where,
homeless, they congregate around the train stations and the bus stops and these large
yeah.
populated areas. You know, and like it or not, they're out there touching door handles. You're touching, and you're going this is going to spread quick, man. And
It's
like
already spreading
right, I was
quick.
gonna say in
Now,
60 days, it's done and gone farther than
yeah,
damn
well,
near everything that we've seen come up in the past 10 years.
so Bix Weir from Road to Ruta, he's been putting out some really good content in regards to this, and he does a lot of he's worked with some finance, make sure they're like watching his most recent stuff. Um, he's saying by middle of early June that 100% of the population should at this point be infected. You know, based off the numbers, because even the numbers he had done a couple days ago have progressed far beyond what he calculated.
Well, and the media is actually kind of taking this and saying, they don't know how many because some people aren't getting as sick as it takes to going to the hospital and getting
Right, not everybody's
treated.
dying
And,
from it. I mean,
right.
some people could get it like and just end up being all right.
Right,
So
So
exactly. Like I had a pretty
another
bad cold after NFT NYC, man. I was pretty fucking sick, dude. And now
right,
my cousin got sick and my other cousin's sick, and it's definitely gone around the house now. My brother's sort of kind of got pissed, like he ain't sick, so like good for his immune system. Ozzy, I see you in the chat, says, so what the fuck's the difference between a taxi and an Uber when it comes to virus? Practically
nothing.
nothing, except
No.
maybe a different type of class. Like at this point, the people that take taxis, I hold to a higher standard somehow. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like you're probably rich, or you're probably like the
Oh
VC or the
no,
like.
and
I mean, taxis are expensive,
in my
and
area where I live though, it's different because people here who are poor don't have bank accounts, so they can't use Uber, and they don't think about buying gift cards and all that stuff, so they just use taxi cabs.
interesting.
Yeah,
Because I
so
think
poor
of it
people.
more as like a spontaneous purchase for the rich now. You just run outside, wave your arm, and you get into a car instead of
Vegas,
ordering
it's
it.
like that. The big cities, it's like that. But when, like in a smaller city, it's all about the lower income people who don't have like bank accounts, who can't do the Uber or Lyft thing.
That makes sense. I remember having those issues and having to
Now,
figure that
apparently,
out.
I don't know the name of it, but apparently, there's a new ride sharing app that's going to come out that's going to be working out some things that have hybrid cash or cash systems where a driver comes and you pay him what he's expected for the ride in cash. So, and
Interesting.
yeah. So there is some pretty cool
Uber
stuff.
used to do that, but then people kept saying they paid in cash when they didn't, and that was a problem Uber had,
Yeah.
and they canceled it. I don't know if people remember that, but That was
That
a
must have been really early days.
yeah, that was pretty
before
early
they
days, dude.
could start processing credit cards.
Yeah, there was you could have an option that just said I paid my driver in cash, and I was sort of that asshole teenager too that was just like, "Yep, I paid in cash," and I
Real
didn't.
quick, man, I wanted a few things I wanted to recommend people to check out based off the research I've done of things that they could try to do to keep their immune system as clean and healthy as possible and to stay healthy.
Yeah,
Something,
bleach up your butt. I heard is the thing. You
yeah,
have to get like a
let me
beer
know.
funnel, like for chugging beer, and you do a handstand. You should probably get a friend to help you. And
Hey,
Clorox bleach is
live
probably the
stream
best
this.
bleach.
Live stream it, Ken. I want to see this.
I mean, it's Dr. Phil. It's he told me this is how.
Lipos, so liposomal vitamin C.
Liposomal.
Yeah, liposomal. It's a type of vitamin C, but
I'm
either
investing
or.
in them. Do they have a cryptocurrency? No,
So
seriously,
vitamin
like we were
C,
talking about the economy and the woo flu, bro. Have you thought,
yeah,
considered like what
investing in
the
companies
healthcare system can do?
like the
And
mask companies and all this kind
I'm
of stuff.
watching
Yeah,
the travel companies and a lot of these businesses, like the hotel industries and shit, everybody's suffering from this, and it's very, you can see the correlation, right, cause and effect. So this
yeah.
is an opportunity in the market, I think, in where there are seeing issues, and also take advantage of where they could see benefits. Look at healthcare companies and stuff like that.
One of my
Insurance.
friends was telling me about the company that's behind the pharmaceutical company that's working on a what's vaccine for the Wu flu, we'll call it. They supposedly got a huge boost when they started talking about the vaccine and bringing up that they're working on a vaccine that should be ready by next year. But they've been going up steadily from what I'm understanding.
Yeah, I saw Bernie Sanders tweet that if there is a cure created, it should be free, and I think he meant to say it should be open source. I don't know what he means by it should be free. Like the government itself should like buy a treatment for every citizen and give it to them. I don't know if that's what he thinks, or if it should just be open source to the fact that it's free, and you don't have any intellectual property rights to it, and anybody can create this and produce it to the public.
I would believe and hope both, considering the fact that some people aren't going to be able to then go and create it or recreate it or afford the possible recreation or copy. It's not like people are going to be selling them for pennies. And I could see where if we don't take care of people that have it, then it might. Can't they mutate? I'm afraid of it mutating, and then other people that had gotten and paid thousands of dollars for the vaccine then still getting it.
Oh, it's going to mutate. That's a fact. That's guaranteed, without a doubt, inevitable. It will mutate. These flus, and the specific name of a beer company I can't say. There's multiple strains of this, and they always evolve. They always.
But even without a mutation, man, there's like 3 sides to this thing. So if you were to like get it in one form and get past it, you can still get it.
Bro, they're telling exactly. They're just saying that you may be able to get this multiple
and
times.
It's like one of them is like it's like SARS, I think, is part of it.
Yeah, those are older ones.
But this is part of like this. Like this is why a lot of people think this has been genetically designed, because there's three parts to this thing. It's like HIV, SARS, and something else related. So that if you were to get one of the versions of it and develop an immunity and get past it, that you can get it again, because there's already been people who've gotten it more than once. So, in addition to the vitamin C stuff, vitamin D, vitamin D3, chaga mushroom, and then something called USNEA. USNEA. I don't know how you pronounce that.
3D just said it in the chat, and I was waiting for my moment to say it, but he beat me to it. The people that got the SARS vaccine got Wu flu. And the people that get the Wu flu vaccine will get the fucking next thing that will come of this, bro. Like,
it's like a package. It's like a package that doesn't that keeps. It's like a Christmas present that you get to open up 3 different times.
Yeah, it's a Makrishka doll of viruses, man.
And every time you open it up, you're just gonna like
Makrishka doll.
it's just awful, dude. So I mean,
Yeah,
I
man.
I want everybody to be safe, man. Like really,
Absolutely.
I honestly, at this point, I feel like we're gonna look back at this, and this may be that Thanos thinning of the herd thing that
don't.
we've always needed, man. I'm not saying I want this
You're
at all.
you're
It's just
Agenda 21, dude.
no, I just think 8 billion people is a lot for the real estate we got. That's all I'm fucking saying. You
Yeah,
know,
but I hear different things. I hear
scarce resources, homie.
I don't think.
I mean,
But
considering the fact that we could put everybody on the planet in like one state
in
and
Texas,
still
I
have
was going to say
space.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could put Ken. Did you know that we could put everybody in the world in Texas? Okay, I don't think that.
Yeah, I'm sure the elbow room would be amazing.
But I'm saying it. I'm not saying like live comfortably, but that's how many people are in the world. Do you how much rest of the world is there beyond Texas if everybody can fit in the
I'm
border?
not saying fit within. I mean, how many more? Like, you know how much land? It's
Dude,
like 30. No, hear me out. It's like 35 or something percent, maybe even more. 40% of all land in the United States is dedicated to just farming meat. That's not even like fucking corn and shit. That's just like fucking pigs and cows and chickens. Like 30 fucking percent of the real estate dedicated to factory farming. And that's why they're working on vertical farming, because they can't go wide anymore. They can only go
I was
up.
just thinking that.
They can only go up from
Absolutely.
here. So yeah, you can put all the people you want in Texas, but then you have the rest of the world filled with pigs, chickens, cows, fucking corn. It ain't gonna work, bro. I mean, like,
hey,
there's a lot more to population control than that, than just real estate.
I just look. I mean, I'm going to be posting as much stuff on my research about this Wu flu as I can to try to keep people, updated as much. You know how I do my research, but I don't want to end things badly, and I don't want to wrap things up shortly. So I wanted to like shout out the ladies, man, because today is International Women's Day. So.
Oh, is it International Women's Day? Awesome.
Nope, that was yesterday. I'm over it.
Oh,
sorry, ladies, you're fucking beat.
It was 13 minutes ago, but we started the show at 11 o'clock
You're
p.m.
Beat.
So
today's my
Sunday?
day now. 364 days of National Men Day.
That's ridiculous.
But yeah, I just thought,
shout out to the women in crypto.
I've been seeing a lot of streams with a lot of girls and women in the space that have been doing some things. So I just figured it'd be nice to mention, because we've got, like Amina, we've got Girl Gone Crypto, we've got a lot of girls in the space. Nicole, Web3 TV, Crypto Tips, Crypto Ramble, Rachel, Crypto Finally. I mean, there's a lot of people I think that bring value to the space.
There's a lot. I'm with you, but
there's a lot more.
I want to contribute to the meme. We need more women in blockchain, man.
So we absolutely still do need more.
That's why I'm with you on it. And I found this hard because like one of my friends asked me, and I don't really know why it came up. It was like, can you send me a few? Like, I guess it was, I think for his girlfriend. She wanted like some girls that talked about, because she didn't like to listen to men splaining things, right? So he was like, "Hey man, can you send me some YouTubers that are girls that talk about Bitcoin like you?" And I put the list together. I got about 10, but dude, it was hard. And it's not that I don't know they're there; it's just I forget they exist because they're not talked about as much, or they're whatever the case may be. But like I'll forget female content creators, that exist in this space.
I've been trying to interview a lot.
It's hard because there's so little.
And then I interviewed a lady named Margot Abidashin, who's she works with David Chom. She
and we didn't even say Crypto Wendio. How did that ball get dropped?
Yeah, that's bad. We're awful people.
We're awful people. Exactly. This is disgusting. Yeah. But no, like, so this is. Somebody posted earlier, and I don't remember who, said, "How do we get more women into Bitcoin?"
It's a great question.
Easiest fucking solution: give them it. Give your female friends some Bitcoin, bro. Just say, "Hey, you want $5 in Bitcoin?" And just ask every female that you know to give them. Just give it to
it's
your
one
female
thing
friends.
Giving it to them, but it's another having them take it and then do research on it and grow and even want to create
the
their
same
own
way
channel.
your guy friends got into it after they got $5 worth of it. The girlfriends will get into it after they get $5 worth of it, dude. It's the same.
Well, I mean, a story like that.
You don't need a pink Bitcoin to get girls into Bitcoin.
Nicole from Web3 TV, she wasn't really involved into cryptocurrency, and her boyfriend was really into it, and they were having some problems because he was spending so much time. So she ended up, and she talks about this on her YouTube channel. She wrote an article about it, but she it's kind of funny. She sort of like reverse psychologied him using cryptocurrency to get him more interested, and she was trying to correlate the price to Bitcoin and crypto to her mood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so she was trying to emotionally manipulate her boyfriend. And then she ended up like started learning about the technology and started getting into it. Like where with my girl, she's not really interested in it. She knows about it. She's very familiar and she could have a conversation with people, but it's just not something that really interests her. And a lot of times it's really finance doesn't interest people, and that's the first thing they think about.
Right, it's not just women or men, but finance doesn't interest people, and
right, economics
and technology equally, I think, just isn't interesting to people.
Right, I mean economics too. Like it's such a boring subject, you know. But
that's why, again, my other answer to the same question is do nothing. You know, how do we get more women into blockchain or Bitcoin? Just wait. That's all. Just wait.
Just wait.
You think they'll figure it out on their own?
I think the world will, yeah. Men and women.
You build
alike.
it, they will come. You build it, and they will come.
Yeah, I've seen so many different panels, gone to so many of these conferences about inequality in blockchain and inequality in Bitcoin and how we need more, you know, race inclusion and sex inclusion. And I mean, I'll be honest, bro, and it's probably not going to sound great coming from me, but Bitcoin is the most inclusive technology, period. The blockchain is the most inclusive industry, period. Doesn't give a fuck about your race, gender, religion, ethnicity, height. Doesn't care if you're a racist scumbag or a fucking saint that donates all your money. Doesn't care. Doesn't give a shit. You don't even have to, if you can contribute to it, you can contribute to it. You can code, be a code developer for the core, or be a wallet developer, or be a fucking podcaster, or X, Y, and Z. But you know, you can run your own node, Lightning channel. You can be an actual part of the economy in this, and nobody can stop you. So like the real answer is just wait, and people will get in. You know, like there's a lot of different countries more involved than us that are more diverse than just coming to a conference in the US and talking about blockchain companies that are US based. You know, you go to Africa and Korea and Venezuela and see the diversity in their teams there is huge. You know,
I guess we're gonna have to wait for them to grow more, for more women here to want to get into it. But hopefully, yeah, as
Canada's
you say,
killing it. Canada's killing it though. Canada's killing it with the ladies in the space. I mean,
oh yeah, women, the crypto chicks. I mean, that's like the forefront tier of the women in blockchain movement is the crypto chicks in Canada. That's why it's so huge.
And that's Vitalik's mom's thing.
Yep.
Or is she just a part of it?
Oh shit! See, Ozzy, Naomi Brockwell, and Crypto Candor. 2 more names that we didn't mention that are amazing women in blockchain. This goes to my point. It's just, it's fucked. I don't like that. I don't remember female content creators' names like that. Like I can off the back of my mind just go to all the guys. You know, and I'm trying to be more aware of that shit, you know? And the same thing goes for, like, fucking black Bitcoin content creators, bro. It's, like, so little Spanish. And so pushed. Yeah, and Spanish-speaking specifically, right? Not Spanish, just, like, English-speaking Spanish.
It takes talking about it for it to actually begin to grow and to develop and for people to realize that it's a problem.
Dude, that's when I saw Jack Dorsey go on, Zay's fucking podcast, bro. That was fucking amazing, man.
Didn't know that.
I
think.
What?
Whose podcast?
Bitcoin Zay, I think his name is on Twitter. I'm trying to remember his exact Twitter.
Oh, he went on that?
No, yeah, but Jack Dorsey was just on his podcast like a week ago.
That's fucking cool shit.
Yeah, and it's awesome. Like it's a specific like, you know, African American culture, cryptocurrency centric.
Yeah,
podcast.
he wrote
the book. It's amazing.
What is it? Black and Bitcoin or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. If I misquote the name, I apologize.
I apologize again for not knowing this more fucking thoroughly myself. But the fact is, I'm highlighting this lack of my own.
No, but Crypto Blood and Trek, they've been bringing some attention to that. But yeah, man, I mean, maybe we should start highlighting certain women and
my point is the diversity is here. We just need to pump them all more.
Exactly.
You know? We have a circle jerk of men in crypto pumping each other's shit, shilling each other, and we don't pump the diversity enough,
Yeah.
but it's there. That's what I'm saying.
You
I
know,
think we have it.
another woman in crypto that I definitely like what she's trying to grow. Crypto Gal. I don't know if you guys have heard about Crypto Gal.
Oh, of
I'm
course.
sure. I
Yeah.
know you guys met her. She's starting Blockchain Babes, and she and Annalise have been getting on Instagram and talking a lot.
Crypto
So
Gal came on when the day that you didn't come on
Yeah.
on our show.
okay, I didn't even
Yeah,
notice that.
she filled in a spot for us. Yeah, when you didn't
That's
make it.
awesome.
Yeah, we had
Let's
Satoshi because TJ couldn't make it either, so just me and Ken. We had Satoshi, Sean, and Crypto Gal joined us. So yeah, it was pretty.
That's
She's
fantastic.
good people. She's good people.
Sure is. I
I'd
definitely
like to
want
see.
see.
You gotta check
Yes,
out.
Justine in Canada does the women
Oh,
in
true,
blockchain.
Justine.
Yes, I
Mhm.
love Justine. She
And then we got what's her name with Edge?
Jess, Painful
Is that her
Human.
name? Yeah, is that her name? Jessica?
I believe so.
Okay. Painful Human, yeah. I mean, yeah, so we definitely have some ladies. So we need to compile a list, man. So yeah.
Absolutely. I'm
Hey,
sure there's a
it's-
list out there, but yeah, it's been a great talk, guys.
It's getting late.
Yeah,
guys.
Jerome's like,
Absolutely.
I'm done with this, guys. I gotta go.
Not
I got things
necessarily,
to
but I
do.
do. I
It's
do.
it's 12:22, man, and I want everybody to be safe.
I could do this for fucking 3 hours, guys. I love you.
I love you
you
too,
guys
man.
too. Till
All right,
next time.
so yeah,
guys.
we'll wrap things up, and here's a link again for everybody watching. You can join our Discord right there. We have about 70 members. 16 are online at the moment. 49 are offline at the moment. Pop on into the Discord, say hello. We can keep the conversation going, and if there's anything that you want to see us discuss as far as topics go, let us know in the Discord.
Yeah, because you can see we're all over the place,
Yep,
man.
and
We're
you can
trying to
join us on the air. You know, you can join the voice chat, and you can pop up on the air and speak with us right here, right now, live on the air. If you click that Discord link and join the voice channel. So if you ever want to chime in and tell us we're being fucking idiots, or you agree with something we said and you want to chime in wherever, like, you're totally welcome to call into the show live at any moment and interrupt us and have a chat with us.
Word.
Ozzy, thank you. Zombie 3D, I much appreciate it. Thank you for being
Thank you,
here in the
guys.
chat.
Appreciate everybody. Amina.
Don Meteo, Amina, thank you. Let's see. I want to make sure I get everybody because there wasn't that many people active. Brian S. Yes, Brian, I love you, bro. And Club 80. Club 80, bro. Always here. Andy was in the chat. Shout out to Andy Anderson. We're just going to do this whenever the fuck we want, to be honest. So just keep an eye out for the weekly rehash. And get rehashed.
Get rehashed.
Shout out to the sponsors of the podcast, MonarchToken.io, the complete crypto solution. Monarch Wallet is now available for Android, iOS, and desktop devices today. Do you want to learn how to mine crypto? Well, all you have to do is visit cryptomining.tools for profitable crypto mining information today. The Divi Project, that is diviproject.org, your one-click solution for staking and masternodes. Earn cryptocurrency using social media platforms like SoMe.social, SOMEE.social, New Era Social Media. Get paid to write reviews, like reviews, comment on reviews. Visit bravocoin.com and get paid to review, available for Android and iOS devices, bravocoin.com. CoinFlip, the world's best Bitcoin ATM. Better service, better fees, better visit coinflip.tech today. Shout out.